but they do deal continuous damage. So let's talk about the early game here, Wolf.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Rafaela team, Blacklist International, should push for tempo?
Yeah, absolutely. This is how you pick. This is always the case when you pick up the Rafaela. You cannot wait for the late game. You cannot wait for the fight to happen to you. You have to speed up your teammates. That's the brethren. You want to take charge in this game.
And going up against the Mathilda, Light already suffering a lot of damage coming in from Kimboy. And this is one of those rare instances where we actually see both healers up against each other.
Yeah, but it was zero consequence for Light. He literally just checked in, gave the information over to his team, and then made Kimboy do exactly what Kimboy's doing right now. He's forced to play babysit, all the while Light is still checking in on Sensui.
Yeah. And any second that you delay the fragile is good. Like, whatever Light is doing, this is resetting the minions. Or the creeps, I mean, jungle creeps. That adds up, you know? The time that you spend on the jungle is always compounding when it comes to the early stages of the game.
Yeah, it looks like the Rafaela had made the decision to just heal up the Clint for a bit and stay there in lane, but now rotating towards the mid lane, mirroring what Light is doing. This might just be a fight here if Demon Kite is able to find a target, but looks like he wouldn't be able to do so. 20 seconds before the first turtle spawns.
A byproduct of the early aggression by Light is the fact that RSG actually have a lot of time to now make calls. They have freer reign across the board for decision making. Because look, Demon Kite can actually say, all right, I'm going to go here top, try to position for the turtle, and bottom lane, I think the Roger's just so good in the metagame. That's a winning lane regardless.
Nats and Aqua trying to look for their level 4 power spike here, but can they?
Oh. A really good, legendary bout up top, Nats versus Edward, but interestingly, Nats is still level 3.
Yeah, level 3 Nats might just be trouble here for RSG Philippines. Blacklist International starting that turtle, and Light already half HP.
Oh, Yue, great pickup. Now the collapse. Dennis Welcome thrown into a wall. Abunjinji takes a lot of damage, and here's Aqua with the song and dance. Another final slash coming in. Aqua draws first blood. Down goes Agent Zero. Double kill and make that a triple for all of RSG. Barreling on forward, 1,000 gold. Sensui catches the face full of Circling Eagle. Light weaving in and out. Sensui's in trouble. That's 4 for none. Thank you very much.
Woo.
The Raiders secure a turtle.
That's wonderful recovery coming out from this guy. But then again, Demon Kite deciding to go on Edward. That's actually very peculiar, but they know that they have the damage. They have controlled Edward long enough that the vengeance wasn't that impactful. They took him out, and then Nats with a follow-up. He knew that Light had level 4 after the fight, after the turtle fight, and that Circling Eagle spelled the doom for Sensui.
Yeah, and Nats in that fight just gave out so much with the final slash hitting onto those stunts, just landing right on point. 103 in this game, 100% kill participation for this undefeated Arlut, now against Blacklist International.
Oh, wow. Did he? Oh, he did!
He did.
Successfully committing Grand Theft Purple. Sensui, man, he's going to go into, as Wolf likes to call it, ADP.
ADP. The anti-disaster protocol. They need that for Blacklist. They just have to secure their jungle now.
Oh, close.
At this point, Blacklist does not have the right to teamfight.
Oh, Edward sensed
Man.
it. Shenanz. Aqua almost caught him.
Yeah, Vengeance
Oh, no.
already popped here for Edward, and not still recovering with the HP regen that he has. RSG up ahead by 1.9.
Light pops the Circling Eagle, catches a one. Sensui's still in the bush. They back off.
No. It's going to be a bad scenario now for Edward because you kind of want to tank up at this point. You don't have your item yet, and you don't have Vengeance for 46 seconds. And that meant that there could always be a potential for a team fight, especially because the turtle is spawning in 22 seconds.
Yeah.
That means that there's a 10-second window when you don't have your battle spell as the EXP laner.
Yeah, they gotta stall that out if they want a fully powered Edward by the time that turtle spawns. But it looks like Blacklist International will be the one going first dibs around this turtle pit. But Demon Kite and Nats already lurking around the corner, looking for a potential play.
It seems like the play for Blacklist is to try and delay that 10-second window. And already, look, Edward's just 5 seconds away. I wonder if this is enough. They're pushing away the Thams. So that means RSG gets free pick and second turtle going their way.
And some signs of the ADP, the anti-disaster protocol for Blacklist. They did not fight. They focus on their own jungle, and they're taking as much creeps and minions as they can. Do not, cut your losses if you're Blacklist International. Don't try to be anxious to get back.
Yeah, and now Sensui might just be in a 2v1 scenario here, but Light decides to back out. 2.2k for RSG. Retribution is used, but Guiding Wind just cancels everything out.
All right, low risk play by Blacklist International again. Sensui sending a message saying, you know what, I am not afraid of you, and I know exactly what you're doing. Blacklist is gonna expectedly stay on their side of the map for a majority of the next maybe couple more minutes.
Yeah, I agree. So this will be a very slow take unless Light finds a good opening, gets the Circling Eagle Guiding Wind, the Flying Dinosaur combo.
Yeah, it's been a while since we last saw that one. And RSG still in the lead, looking for Yue, but looks like he's going to cancel that. Big trouble here if you're Kusei.
They're about to collapse onto them. Top lane, a 1v1, an anime sword fight. Down bottom, though, looks like Blacklist seems to understand the situation. They look like they were trying to get a gank on to Kusei, but instead happy with that turret instead.
Yeah. This is much expected for Blacklist. The fact that they were able to get a turret into the bottom lane, that's already very good for their squad.
And speaking of very good for their squad, RSG still putting down the pressure, still moving forward around the area, just trying to find opportunities where they can find them. Blacklist, I feel like they're slowly being successful in slowing down the pace.
Yeah.
They're making sure that everyone's safe.
Well, now that the flask is available for Light, they are going to be aggressive.
All the more. Now, they're threatening the purple buff here. There's the Detona's welcome. Coming in, getting Mob Belly. Sensui's in trouble. Circling Eagle spent in. The ult from Kimpoy. Kimpoy backing up.
Oh, baby!
Sturming up a kill. Too Light. And Edward here in between two turrets. Vengeance and all. Quadrant Inferno as well. Still suffering 2 deaths. Top lane, Oheb just working, taking turrets. And they're looking for a trade. RSG pushing mid.
That was a beautiful final slash coming in from Yue, but sadly wasn't enough. RSG still takes another 1k to their already big growing gold lead, plus the third turtle of the game.
Yeah, they did lose their turret up top, but that's just a trade that Blacklist was able to take. And this is Demon Kite just making sure and taking full advantage of the big spike of Light with the flask of the Oasis. Then actually finding Sensui with the Daytona's welcome to complete the Grand Theft Purple.
Oh, here we go. It looks like RSG have had enough of these tier 1 takes from Blacklist. They are looking to set up a push on to that lane. Oheb and Kimpoy are holding on to. Kusei and Aqua. Look at Demon Kite from the back.
The Retri.
Forcing out an ult. The Retri spent in. Sensui gets a taunt. Kusei looking for low on health targets. They back off. They're eventually going to get the push.
One turret down for the side of Blacklist International, and RSG still keeping the tempo high. Still a 4,000 gold lead for them.
They're pushing. They're getting objectives, and it's always good to take out the purple and the orange buff for your opponents because you can create an impossible gap between your matchup, and this means that Sensui will not be able to catch up when it comes to the EXP, so they really need to take care of their buffs now. Blacklist International. The purple and the orange buff for Blacklist, they're like a very important resource.
Which explains the 4-man commit of the purple alone. They're irreconcilable resources.
Yeah.
There's no way that you lose yours and then go for your opponents safely. Not in this case, not with 5,000 gold behind.
Exactly.
And not with the Mathilda there as well. The mobility coming in from RSG is just insane. 9 minutes in, looks like Blacklist International will be committing 4 people into defending this one, but Light goes to
my God.
Circling Eagle into the back line, plus the Detona's welcome thrown into the wall. That's Sensui very low. Sensui surviving 1 HP. The heal, back it off now. Edward, he's gonna go down. Light takes him out, but the turret still stands.
Oh my God, that
Aqua with a 2-man snare. It looks like, oh!
With the flicker, plus Nats just dashing on in. Vengeance on vengeance. And then they back off. Eventually, the turret once more in their sights. RSG get the objective.
RSG is just insane right now.
Look at that sequence coming out from RSG. The flying dinosaur that we talked about, the flicker, and the guiding wind already prepped up, meant that when Light jumped, there was Demon Kite to also follow suit. And even when Sensui did not die in that first jump coming up from RSG, they have zoned out Edward. Edward in a bad spot. They push the turret. and they take the Lord freely. What a great sequence from RSG.
Whoa, final slash onto the orange. Yue in trouble, steals away the final slash, gonna use that to his advantage. The Swan Song coming in by Aqua. The flicker, reposition, spacing them all out, pushing them into their base as they back off like a cat with a cucumber.
Wow, almost 2 kills with that ultimate as well. And man, I've never seen a cat with a cucumber, but
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what to say.
Well,
You gotta see those videos.
Well, true. Demon Kite was able to get a retribution over the purple buff of Sensui. And that is going to be a big problem now.
Yeah, that retribution is still available here for Sensui. Goes in once again.
Circling Eagle on the 3, knocking him out. The fight continues. Final slash dispositioning Edward as he's forced to use the Venus and the Conjured Inferno, backing off Ube inside their base.
Ooh, that's the saddest form of Ube when you stick together inside your base because you don't have any other choice.
Yep.
A 7k gold lead here for RSG, and they're still continuing the siege. What is Blacklist's win condition at this point?
Ooh. Gotta defend. Make sure they don't lose any of these inhibitors in the first Lord fight. That's the first step to their win condition. The next one is rely on OHEB in the late game.
Yeah, but the question remains, can it actually
Whoa!
reach late game?
Multiple CC get in my belly as Sensui gets thrown into the wall, taken out by Aqua, and in the back line. Nats threatened a big CC there, but pulled the trigger, backed out just as quickly, and that's a clean pickoff. RSG inside Blacklist space.
And what made it so clean was Light was able to save his teammate. Already a good shot, a good snag coming out from Blacklist onto Demon Kite, but then Light with the guiding wind saves him.
Perfect game so far here for RSG. In Blacklist International, they successfully defend the mid lane, but down bottom lane, RSG goes. Can they actually defend?
Flicker in, plus the final slash, and here's the full-on collapse. Circling Eagle in, Nats gets punished, taken down by Agent Zero, and now the base. Demon Kite gets shut down by Edward as well. Blacklist with the punish! Blacklist with the punish as they
Aqua!
all of RSG, and Aqua with the answer back. The Swan Song looking for the wipeout. Down he goes. Blacklist kicks him out successfully. It's just Light. He stayed a little too long looking for the taunt. And there's the damage. The wipeout. The wipeout. Blacklist International.
They successfully defend 2 turrets and take back a 9k gold lead, trim it down to 3.5.
Might even trim it down even longer because now they're be able to get out of their base, clear some minions, maybe eventually get some of their buffs, and position themselves around the Lord. What a great defense, and we're gonna see through the replay the over-aggression from RSG. They are gonna see it in action.
Yeah,
And look at this juggle.
Insane damage coming in from the Swan Song, but sadly, this wasn't enough for those 2 kills.
I'd say the straw that broke the camel's back was them staying underneath tier 3 a little too long, thinking that Blacklist already ran out of tricks. We would not have gotten to that last replay without that first moment happening yet, because RSG was already down 2 members. 3!
Oh, Yue missed the final slash. That's an ultimate.
Oh, no.
Down.
Demon Kite trying to tank a lot of damage here. Here comes Light with the flight. Demon Kite misses. The detone is welcome. It now looks like, oh!
One more. Final slash on the 1. Sensui ran through that wall. And just like that, we're back to the dance.
Now the dance continues. Slow dance here coming in from Blacklist and RSG. Blacklist pulls them to their side, but Demon Kite is able to stay with the Lord. Who will fall down first?
Waiting for key ults to come out.
Oh,
Final slash from Nats, and there we go. The collapse. US down. Oh, another one goes. Light takes out OHEB. Kusei takes out Kimboy, and look at Agent Zero in the back, struggling, clawing his way out. It's just Sensui left. 1 for 4. 2K for Kusei, and now the Lord scored by RSG.
2-1-10 on Nats, the legend killer. Nats Entertainment with his undefeated Arlet.
And what about that play? You saw the huge flicker from the left side after the guiding wind, catching Blacklist off guard.
And now the call. It's endable. RSG take game 1.
Nats Arlet remains undefeated as they